Well, pardon me for sounding irascible, but I just discovered that the motto for the state in which I grew up, New Hampshire, is no longer applicable. New Hampshire, known as a libertarian-style state with the motto of live free or die that goes all the way back to the Revolutionary era, is no longer the live free or die state. It's now the live according to how politicians tell you or you'll go to jail state. Why? Because the New Hampshire Legislature just passed a genderless bathroom bill that not only goes against centuries of the concept of natural rights and private property ownership, but also contravenes the New Hampshire and federal constitutions. There's some very important points about this, and it doesn't really matter whether it's New Hampshire or any other place. Hopefully, people will think about these things. First of all, this is passed because evidently, in the politically correct world in which we live, the concept of discrimination is an evil thing. But the word discrimination merely means to pick from two or more particular things, to decide which you prefer. And we have to discriminate. We discriminate every day as part of our existence. As economist Walter Williams said, I discriminated against other women in order to ask the woman with whom I share my life as wife to marry me. If you are asked out by every guy and you're a girl, can you not discriminate and say, no, I think I'll choose this guy or that guy? It's not necessarily a bad thing to discriminate. And also, how is it that politicians who never started these businesses are now going to tell people how they have to run their business? The state legislature just passed the Genderless Bathroom bill, which dictates to businesses that they must allow anyone of any gender identity, which metastasizes every day into something new, into bathrooms in their business. You see, as politicians and pop media figures look at whether or not people who are trans can go into a particular bathroom, the politically correct concepts of these things, and they get people upset thinking about, well, what could happen if someone who wants to be a predator dresses up as a woman and goes into a girl's bathroom? As they get people to look at those things, they distract them from other very important issues. Those have to do with the concepts of private property and what the state constitution of New Hampshire says and what the federal constitution says. The state constitution does not grant the New Hampshire politicians any power to regulate businesses unless they are monopolistic and collusively pricing. You can look it up. It's in Section 2, Article 83 of the state constitution. Also, the federal constitution has in it what's called the contract clause. The contract clause stipulates that no state legislature can prohibit the fulfillment of private contracts between consenting individuals. That means that if you're a boss and you have a contract with your employees or vice versa, and they have certain stipulations about when you'll take lunch, how long lunch can be, how much you'll get paid per hour, nobody in the state legislature of any state in the United States should interfere with that, with the fulfillment of that contract. And that includes what kinds of bathrooms you're going to have. So I understand how sensitive this issue can be for many people about the fact that some people feel like they are men or women trapped in women or men's bodies. But the point about this is private property. It is the most essential aspect of the concept of Western civilization going back over 1,000 years. And it is being destroyed by politicians who could care less and oftentimes don't even read the documents that give them their supposed power. So New Hampshire's legislature has passed this, Republicans pushed it, and the Republican governor of New Hampshire says he will sign it if it passes the New Hampshire Senate. Live free or die? We have to wonder. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.